Hi, Rabbi Noah.
Hi.
Welcome to San Francisco.
Thank you.
How do you prefer to be called?
The last name Westreich is confusing for a lot of people, so pronunciation Westreich. I like to be called Rabbi Westreich if you're going to use the title Rabbi, but I'm also really okay with Noah. In Israel, there's a legendary rabbi named Rabbi Noah. Noah means comfortable, peaceful, restful. And so in Israel, when they refer to Rabbi Noah, they're talking about a rabbi who's going to let them get away with something that a rabbi down the street is not going to let them. So you can call me Rabbi Noah because I'm that kind of guy. My approach to being a rabbi and my approach to Jewish living is about understanding the situation we find ourselves in today and not being overly concerned with how things were 100, 200, 300 years ago, figuring out what's going to be comfortable and meaningful for folks today.
How did you find yourself at Emanu-El?
I can remember going to Noah's Bagels. I thought it was very cool that there's a Noah's Bagel shop here in San Francisco, so I always associated San Francisco with that bagel shop. Over the last almost 10 years coming to a program called Queer Talmud Camp, so I would come into San Francisco and prep here in town, and then we'd drive up to Marin. It was there that I got to know Rabbi Jason Rodich and Cantor Marcia Addy, who were both Queer Talmud Camp attendees. And when I was looking for a job after ordination, I reached out to my friends here and they said, hey, what can you tell me? And they say, why don't you just come out for a visit? And instantly was just in love with the community, with the people. That's how I found myself here.
What do you love most about San Francisco so far?
Just the beauty, constant beauty walking around this town. Particularly as we move into this period of not having a building, I'm really excited to see the ways in which we can bring Emanu-El out into the community, out into San Francisco. So I'm sort of bring the community out into the city and by extension getting to know my new city that way.
What is your favorite burrito spot in San Francisco?
I don't have a burrito spot yet, so I'm going to invite anyone to please invite me out to join them for a burrito.
For our lovely audience, please invite Rabbi Noah out for a burrito in San Francisco. What was Judaism like for you growing up?
One parent was Reform, one was conservative. Growing up in Montclair, New Jersey, a very liberal, progressive enclave outside of New York City, I grew up with Judaism at the center of my household. Our synagogue, friends, and community were the most important part of our lives. Our family friends were our community. Shabbat meals, holiday meals, synagogue, Purim spiel. Synagogue was the center. So I've always lived with this understanding that I'm both part of the American culture and people and school system, and I also have this religious cultural community. And for me, they've always been intertwined, and it's always felt really comfortable to be both. When I left for college, I had no intention of ever doing anything Jewish except for when I came home. I was surprised freshman year to find out that I missed it quite a lot, and so I sought out opportunities to have Shabbat away from home and to get involved in Jewish leadership things away from home, and that's ultimately what propelled me to become a rabbi.
What's your favorite part about being a rabbi?
There's a world in every person, and I enjoy the opportunity to travel from world to world with every person I meet.
We were told that you were a troublemaker growing up.
Yeah, I was definitely known to be sent to the principal's office once or twice, or maybe more, growing up in the religious school. The same religious school principal who I was sent to many times is someone who then became a big mentor of mine later on in life after those years were over.
Speaking of working with teens, you are going to be working with the youth of Emanu-El.
This past year, I was working at a Jewish day school, and so I was quickly reacquainted with the middle school way of life, and all the students there called me Rav Noah. So my plan is to just relate to the person. I hope that works out. I hope that they feel seen by me and feel understood, and I sort of just try to lead with that sense of curiosity and appreciation for each individual. And
speaking of relating to teens, do you know any Gen Z lingo?
There's one that comes to mind. Jump scare refers to a sense of shock. You say, jump scare.
Okay.
I don't know. I speak a few other languages. Gen Z slang is not.
It's not. That's not.
Let's see what we got here.
Let's see which pull out of the box.
1 and 2. Have you ever seen one of these? Oh, his head's on backwards. These are my Räuchermännchen, which means little smoking men. A teacher in Germany who I worked with for a summer as her English teaching assistant. We've kept up our correspondence, and she mails me a Christmas package every Christmas time. So one of the things that's traditional, I guess, around Christmas time is put out these Räuchermännchen. And what happens basically is that you put a cone-shaped incense up their butt, basically.
Wow.
And then you put it in there, light it, and then smoke comes out of his mouth. And you see both of them, they have a pipe that they're smoking. They smell like
puff
wonderful
away.
incense, and they puff away. So these are my Räuchermännchen. So they come with me everywhere. This is it's an airplane. I got it at a market in Guatemala. I am a huge aviation enthusiast.
Oh.
Yeah. On social media, #AvGeek. Basically anything having to do with flight or airplanes.
You're not the only Noah around these parts.
Well, they say in Parshat Noah, the second Torah portion in the Torah, that the animals came on board the ark two by two, shnaim shnaim. So that's how I think of us as a pair.
Aw. Everybody, please welcome Noah.
Hello, hello.
This is Bobby. He's 8 weeks old,
He just had his birth milah.
and he's a Bernedoodle puppy, and we love him, and he's a puppy.
How's moving to the city for you? You
It's
excited?
been wonderful, yeah. Super excited. It's a beautiful neighborhood, beautiful city. I've been here for a few times over summers for internships, but I'm really excited to be moving here.
Have you all explored Golden Gate Park yet?
So,
I went walking through it one of my first days here. You can take him out. We plan
Yeah.
on exploring Golden Gate Park, Presidio. We took him walking through Alamo Square.
yeah, he got the San Francisco wind in his face. He was like, what's that?
Do you have a message for your new congregation?
The rabbis who picked up the pieces of a destroyed temple in Jerusalem, and they reinvented their heritage and traditions based on what worked for them outside of Jerusalem, away from this idea of a sacrificial cult. And that's what we're still up to today, is picking up pieces and figuring out what to do with them here in San Francisco in 2023. Privilege of a lifetime to be able to examine those pieces with this community. I look forward to meeting you all in a short amount of time.